Molly loved horses. She was horse mad. She was a bundle of fun. She was just so happy-go-lucky.
Billy was a fun-loving kid. He was happy, he was kind, he was a really gentle soul. He was just a really good kid.
Billy was my student for a few years, and he was a big Queens of the Stone Age fan, and we learnt pretty much every Queens of the Stone Age song together, and he was in fact the inspiration to the name of the charity as well, after the album Like Clockwork. So Molly's family used to come and watch my band, Randy and the Rockets, and she was a big fan, particularly of Kings of Leon and stuff like that as well. And Molly's family still come and see the band, and it's fantastic. I decided that I didn't want to hear another story like that. I wanted to do something to help. I'd had my own experiences with mental health as well, and it felt like the right thing to do.
Suicide is so difficult. The grief attached to suicide, the feeling of guilt that you let your child down. You know, as a parent, it's our job to look after our kids, and I felt like I'd failed. I don't think I've dealt with it still now. I think I'm in denial.
Anyone who loses a child, it's very, very difficult for them. But to lose a child to suicide, it is the worst. There's a guilt aspect to it. You beat yourself up basically thinking, why didn't I just do something more? Why didn't I stop it? And because you can't see it at the time, you can see everything afterwards. If you can get help for your child, if you can get them counselling, if they are troubled, then don't leave any stone unturned and don't take your eye off the ball, because I did.
We now are in a place where we look after quite a lot of young people, some through the local schools, Oxted School, and we also have counsellors looking after people outside of school, because obviously we want to catch everyone.
Clockwork were really quick in getting back to me, and like helping was amazing, and just a place where you can kind of go and just talk about how you're feeling and like learning coping mechanisms and sort of helping put into place things that really suit you as a person. And it becomes very like personal as well, which I think is really important and was amazing, and that's what I felt I really benefited from, was I felt heard.
Social media has really changed everything, and I think it's quite difficult for us to really understand what it must be like growing up in this world with everything online, and people sharing bullying online. It's not something we've had before. So I think it's very much us trying to understand that as well, and trying to be sympathetic towards where we are now.
We've done a lot of fundraising. We've been I'm a trustee of the charity, but both Phil and I have been very involved with lots of fundraising. He's done a couple of bike rides, one in France and one in Belgium, to raise money for Clockwork. I done my first half marathon last year.
Since I lost Molly, I've spent an awful lot of time fundraising. I started running. I've run marathons, half marathons. I've probably raised in excess of 50 or 60,000.
The local community have been absolutely incredible. Many of the events that go on in the area support Clockwork, I think, because they recognise the importance of it. And we have a website which is clockwork.org.uk, and people can donate there and find out a lot more about what we do. There's also a lot of information on there about other services as well. Again, almost like a central hub that people can come to.
I don't get to know who has counselling, none of that's disclosed, although a friend of mine come forward to say that, you know, she has used Clockwork and it really helped her daughter. She's a different child now, so it's working, it is working.
We have received some feedback, some incredible feedback where people have said it's helped them immeasurably, and that is a wonderful feeling that what we are doing is helping people.
Helping other people helps on your grief journey. I think putting that energy into something good, and that meaning that we haven't lost him for nothing, that it just feels good that it's keeping Billy's memory alive.
The whole driving thing for me was the family was a legacy, that something to be left that in her name, Billy's name, that it would help the local community. That I'm very proud of it, that it's doing exactly what we wanted it to do, which is counselling young people.